Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Welcome to Sandal College Boys Section Online Class 7. Dear students, Assalamu alaikum. Here is Akhtar Saeed, your English teacher. Today with another lecture, lecture number 38, unit number 3. The name of the unit is The Naming of Cats. That's actually a very beautiful and humorous poem composed by Thomas Stearns Eliot. We are doing exercises these days, and today's lecture will be the last lecture of unit number 3. Open your books at page 41. We'll start with part C. Part C is learning about language. Today's lecture is very important as we are going to discuss two figures of speech, simile and metaphor. Often poets use simile and metaphor in their poetry. First of all, simile. What is simile? When we compare two things by using the words like or as, it is known as simile. A simile is a form of comparison between two things with the help of like or as. For example, as mad as a hatter. I hope you might have remembered that these words have been used. This simile has been used by the poet in the poem The Naming of Cats, when the poet says, you may think at first I'm as mad as a hatter when I tell you a cat must have 3 different names. So he uses simile in a very beautiful way in the poem. As beautiful as a rose, simile. As happy as a king, simile. These examples may be used as with the help of like, as mad like a hatter, beautiful like a rose, happy like a king. So these are the examples and definition of simile. Now metaphor. What is metaphor? When we compare two things without using the words like or as. The only difference between simile and metaphor is, in simile we use the words like or as, but in metaphor we do not use the words like or as. Or when we say that something is exactly something else is known as a metaphor. A metaphor is a form of comparison, as simile is also a form of comparison. The difference I have discussed. The difference is only like or as. The examples may be, the camel is the ship of the desert. We know that though a desert is not a sea, there are some similarities. That is, desert is a lonely and flat like the sea, and that's why camel is a ship on the sea of desert. We say that the camel is the ship of the desert. This is metaphor. We did not use the words like or as here. We say camel is just the ship of desert. We do not say here camel is like the ship of desert. If we say camel is like the ship of desert, then it is simile. When we say camel is directly a ship of the desert, when it is called metaphor. Quaid-e-Azam was a man of iron will. Iron will is a metaphor. Will is not made of iron. It means as strong, as hard as iron. So this is called metaphor. Now question number 1. Complete the following sentences with colorful similes of your own. Here are sentences from A to H, and we'll use suitable similes. A. The sound of the birds from the trees in the valley was as clear as crystal. Crystal is very clear, that's why it has been used with clear. As clear as crystal, it is simile. We can also use it like clear like crystal. It is then also simile. B. The man arrested by the policeman was as ugly as a toad. Toad is very ugly, that's why it has been used with ugly. Are as ugly as sin. Sin, गुनाह तो होता ही ugly है, बदसूरत है. C. The telegraph wires buzzed like bees. Bees create a sound that is called buzzing sound. That's why bees has been used with buzzed, that telephone wires buzzed as the bees. D. Sameer kicked the ball as straight as an arrow. You know, arrow is very straight. So he kicked the ball as straight as an arrow. He kicked the ball very straight. Similes are used to beautify the language. Similes are used to create some good impression on the reader. E. The big ship steamed into the harbor as smoothly as silk. You know, silk is very smooth, silk is very soft. That's why it has been used with smoothly. F. The wind howled through the trees like wolves. Wolves create a sound that is called howl. So, wind was also creating a sound like the wolves. That's why it has been used here. G. The startling news spread through the town like jungle fire. You know, fire in the jungle spreads very fast. In the same way, news spreads very fast in the town. He has used a very beautiful simile here. H. During the curfew, the streets were as quiet as a graveyard. You know, there is complete silence in the graveyard. There is complete quietness in the graveyard. I hope you might have enjoyed these similes. You know, these similes beautify your language, beautify your writing. Now, metaphor again for your understanding. When we compare two things without using the words like or as, or when we say that one thing is something else, it is known as a metaphor. A metaphor is a form of comparison, as simile is. We'll solve question number 2. Give metaphorical uses for the words in italics. You know, here are words, certain words in italics. We are to use them in their metaphorical meaning. Metaphorical meanings means इस्तियाराती meaning. जो उसका असल meaning ना हो, जो उसका book meaning ना हो. neck तो man की होती है ना. अब neck को इस्तियाराती तौर पे हम कैसे यूज़ कर सकते हैं, वो हम देखते हैं. A man's neck, neck को हम यूज़ करेंगे. This bottle has a narrow neck. This bottle has a narrow neck. A soft pillow. Pillow may be soft. Soft is used for a pillow. Here, Aslam is very soft and kind. Soft here means soft by nature. Very good. He is very kind. He is very sympathetic. C. A man's back. This is the literal meaning and this is the metaphorical meaning. My father is at the back of my success. D. A man's heart. दिस इज़ द लिटरल मीनिंग, जो उसका बुक मीनिंग है, जो उसका असल मीनिंग है, इंसान का दिल. नाउ द metaphorical sentence, Lahore is the heart of the Punjab. Here it means center of attraction of Punjab. Lahore is the heart of the Punjab. E. The branch of a tree. This is the literal meaning. ये उसका असल मतलब है, उसका book meaning है. अब देखते हैं इसका metaphorical meaning. The bank has opened a new branch in the city. Here branch has been used metaphorically. Now question number 1. Use the following words in sentences of your own. Write 2 sentences for each word using each word literally or metaphorically. First word is a root. We'll make 2 sentences. In first sentence, we'll use the word root with its literal meaning, जो उसका book meaning है, जो उसका असल meaning है. And in the second sentence we'll use root metaphorically, जो उसका इस्तियाराती meaning है, जो other than उसका literal meaning हो. Root, literal meaning, book meaning I mean, roots of this tree go deep. Roots of this tree go deep. Now metaphorical, ignorance is the root of all problems. Is the basic thing of all problems. B. Parent. Literal sentence, parents look after their children with love and care. Now metaphorical sentence. The parent company decided to open new branches. Parent company means the first company, the company that was started in the beginning. C. Arms. In its literal sentence, his arms are very muscular. His arms are very muscular. His arms are very strong. Very good. Now, metaphorical meaning, arms race between India and Pakistan should be stopped. Here, arms means weapons. The race of weapons between Pakistan and India should be stopped. D. Bed. In its literal sentence, this bed is very costly. In its metaphorical meaning, in its metaphorical sentence, the gardener was watering the flower bed. The gardener was watering the flower bed. E. Cage. Pinjra. In its literal meaning, in its book meaning, the tiger was kept in a large cage. In its metaphorical meaning, we should break down the cage of slavery. जो गुलामी का पिंजरा है उसको तोड़ देना चाहिए. F. Star. In its literal meaning, there are a lot of stars in the sky. This is the book meaning. Now its metaphorical meaning, Ali is the star of our football team. Star here means the main player, the best player. G. Doctor. In its literal meaning, in its book meaning, the doctor gave the patient an injection. Now, in its metaphorical sentence, he is a doctor of ailing automobiles. Doctor here means he is the mechanic. He knows each and everything how to repair the automobiles. Ailing means diseased. Here it means any automobile, any vehicle or car, any other automobile that is not working, that is out of order, and he can repair them. That's all of today's lecture, dear students. I hope you might have learnt similes and metaphors and the difference between them. Simile is with like or as, metaphor is without like or as. Both show the comparison. Till some next lecture, take a very good care of yourself. Thank you very much.